Welcome back to this YouTube channel. Right now, I want to show you how to design a cover page. A cover page is usually the first page of a building drawing that shows the 3D, the name of client, the project location, and the designer details. So we have seen a lot of requests asking us on how do we design cover page or how do we insert images to our Archicad, and this particular video is going to answer all that. So on the screen you're already seeing a building drawing like with card with the cover page at the front. So that is exactly what we want to do. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is definitely before you design a cover page, you have already rendered your design. So you have already completed your work. You just want to just put in the cover page. So definitely your 3Ds are ready. So right now I want to import or bring in my 3D from Archicad into Archicad, and it's a very simple process. Just go to wherever your 3Ds are saved. Okay, I'll go to my downloads. I have some of my 3Ds in my download. So I'll just scroll to wherever they are and bring it in. So this is my 3D. So I just have to just come open a file, open a file explorer, whatever it's called. Then I just have to just reduce the size. So you can reduce the size of your file like this. For those that don't know, if the file is as big as this, you click on this button to reduce the size. If it's still too big, you can stretch this out to reduce the size, so I can see some area like this to be able to bring in the pictures into. So I'll just bring it in like this, so it is already appearing in our Archicad. So I'll bring in as many as I want to bring in. These are different perspectives, 3Ds I rendered for the job. So let me just bring in just these three, but I might just use only few of them, not all of them. So I'll bring in all these rendered images. So right now I want to design from scratch. Now, one of the things I want to mention here is that there is no fixed way on how to design a cover page. There are different ways on how to design a cover page. So one person might use a different method or a different style. Another person might use a different style. All are still the same as cover page. What is important in the cover page is that it has the important information that should be there, which is the proposed location. Is it residential? Is it commercial? Then the client, then the client name. Boldly reading this thing you are designing, is it for who? That is Chief Wale Obinsin. At where? At 15 Babalola Street, Obadore local government, Lagos State, then Nigeria. Then at the end, you now put in the designer details, which is your details, your information, your company name or your name or whatsoever you used in the panel of the drawing. Then at the end, you can now add the date, the month, and the year of that design. So let's get to it. So one of the things that I said that it is not fixed is because everybody has different styles and everybody wants to have their own unique way. So that is why it is not fixed. I'm going to delete this, it's double. So I'll just go with two of these plans. So I'll go with this one first. I'll go with this one and I'll go with this one. Control Shift D. Now, why I actually bring in my image first before I start doing the design is based on what I want to achieve. Now, everybody's image height and width are different on the rendering. So this is the height and width of my own rendering images. So some persons might have a longer width, some persons might have a longer height or a shorter width or whatsoever. So I'll bring in these two images and lap them together. So after lapping them together, you can see I've lapped them together. Then the next thing I'm going to do in my cover page is to go to lines. So I'm going to go to lines. I'll click on line and look for this particular kind of line. Now remember, this is my own way of design. Then I will look for a tick. If you don't know how to create this, how to create more thicker lines. You can see 0.5 mm, 0.6 mm, 0.7 mm. Please check our previous videos on lines, Archicad lines and lines settings, so you can see thicker lines. So I'll just pick any of this line, then I'll come to a point around here and just draw. Okay, I'll make a square, not on this. I'll make a square, then draw this. Remember, this is my own way of designing. It is not fixed. All right, so this is the first thing for me I will do. This is one of the ways of designing a cover page, or one of the styles. So there are many different styles. So, but I kind of love this style a lot. So I've inserted my image. So this is where I want to write other informations, like the client name, the location, the stuff like that, and the whole thing. So another thing I want to do too, and remember, this cover page should be colorful. No, this is where it's carrying your 3D, and most importantly, you are going to print it as colored, so it should be colorful. So I'm going to come to fill also to do some styles. What all I'm just doing are just styles. All I'm just doing are styles. I'll just come to fill also, then change this to black, then change this to white. Then I'll just draw something. Remember, all these things are not fixed. All right, so, and I will do the same thing, duplicate it down, Ctrl Shift D. All right, so I'll do the same thing around there, Ctrl Shift E, which is rotate. Then I will stretch this up. I'm going to also duplicate this one, Ctrl Shift D. Remember, I just used a fill. I just used fill with no dimension at all, just according to my own specification. Then I did this particular thick rectangle. So that is just it. I just want to make this thing very, very beautiful and sharp as well. So I'm making progress in what I want to achieve. So if you don't like this excess space here, you can actually eliminate it. If you don't want yours to have this space that mine have, you can eliminate it. It's possible. You can eliminate it. So that is just it. So I'll move over to the next thing, which is writing the details that should be here. So I'll click on test, and I'll begin to write. So this particular design, as well as seen, it definitely is a residential building. So proposed residential building. If you love to add, just an apartment building. So this is the first thing that will be. I'm going to write. So some person's home might be different, their style might be different. So proposed residential building. So I would love to change the colors and even also the size. So let me look for a text that suits me. Let me see this. Okay, this is a bit nice. Let me change the color to blue. Now I'm changing it to blue. You will know the reason. So you can change yours to any color, especially even if it has a brown color, it's still nice. So proposed residential building, I think this is nice. So let me just increase it a bit to 14. All right, proposed residential building. Let me just make it to be 2 lines instead of 3 lines. It's more better this way. So that is it for that. Now click on the next one. Then for who? So for I'm going to make each word has its own. So for let me change the text to the text style. Let me use this because it's just a lighter something I want. Let me change this to maybe red. Let me see. Okay, it's nice. Then then the client's name. So let me use engineer prof Isaac Wonsu Ikenga. Alright, so I've used this for the client's name. So proposed residential apartment for engineer prof Isaac Wonsu Ikenga. So I'm going to also change, maybe I don't like it. Let me just use that same one I used for the 4, which is Andalus. Okay. Let me see. Let me make this one good. Let me change the stuff for me. I don't like the green. Let me use black. All right. This is fair. All right. So let's just continue. If we want to, we can make more changes later. Then let me just duplicate this 4 and use the same thing as the artware. So proposed residential apartment for engineer prof Isaac Wonsu Ikenga at then the next one is the location. So plot 15 and 17 redemption estate Owerri, Imo State. If you love to add a country, you can add your country. Okay, if you want to stop at the state, you can stop at the state. But it's best to follow the name that is also used in the survey plan when writing your client name and the project location. It's best to use how it is written in the survey plan to write the client name, and it's best to use how it's written in the survey plan to write the location, so that we don't have two different official documents having different names, because a survey plan is supposed to be done first before the building drawing. So peradventure there is a survey plan that will be done first, please use the same name and location as is it written on the survey plan. But if no survey plan has been done ab initio before the building plan, you can now ask the client for the name and his location of the proposed development. So I might just use this one like that. So let me just use the same Andalus too. Let me avoid so many different tests. All right, so we'll move. So just adjust all this up a bit. All right. So I've written the client's name and the location. So the next thing I want to do is just to put in my company name. So if you have if you are the designer and you have a company logo or whatsoever, you can insert it here. I get to me then with other things. So if you also have something like this, so you just copy it, Ctrl Shift D, or insert it like the way we insert the images if it's not in your Archicad yet. Just insert it here and just stretch it out. And be sure I'm stretching right. Okay. All right, so just make it big and bolder enough. So this is just it. So I'm already almost done with the cover page. So let me just make here to be more spacious. So this is a cover page which is almost completed. You can see the important information on the cover page. So remember, if you don't have this particular kind of design for your firm, you can just use a differential. In fact, just add your name. Just if your name is Emmanuel Jacob, just write Emmanuel Jacob, architect, engineer, and stuff like that. Then add your email and name and then contact information. That is all. Just use the text, just the same way we wrote it down. Yeah, you can use text, but if you have a graphic image of those information, you just insert your graphic image. If you also have a logo but you don't have a graphic image, insert your logo and use a text to also write it out. So the only thing left is just the date. So let's just add a date. Let's just use February 2025. You don't need to add detailed dates, please. Just add just this. And reduce this particular one a bit to 8. Okay, Ctrl Z, maybe 800. Okay, I just want to add another design to this date or before this date. I'll then go to the same field. Let me change this black stuff to something grayish. Let me use something grayish like this. Okay, all right, let me pick another one, something reddish. Okay, it's just design, it's not compulsory. You do something like that. So I just want to make it a bit colorful because I'll be printing in colored. So that is why I'm just trying to just do this. Let me make this to hit here. Up to Ctrl Shift D. Let me see if mirror will do the work. Mirror. Yeah, mirror did it. So I want to bring it up too. So alright, I don't want any text. I want the text to lap where this thing stopped. Alright, I think we are done. So this is okay for a cover page. This is very okay. So the cover page is ready. So this is just what will be on the cover of the first page of your building drawing. So after this particular page, you can now start seeing the architectural plan, like the site plan, floor plans, roof plans, sections, elevations, doors and windows schedule there. See your structural plan if it's available there, mechanical plan and electrical plans. So I believe this particular video is helpful to you. Kindly like, comment, share and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you.